Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Art of Business English. This week I'm sharing a lesson with you to help you improve your socializing skill set. In fact, this skill set is often one of the hardest things people face when gaining confidence speaking English, and that's how to start a conversation in English. As you're probably aware, many people feel a bit shy or embarrassed starting a conversation with someone. And this is true for many, even in their native language. So just imagine if we compound this by putting a language barrier in the way. Well, never fear, because today I'm going to give you some tips and language skills to help you start a conversation with someone in English. So let's get into it. So, breaking the ice. I'm sure that many of you have heard this expression before. Quite literally, it means, breaking the initial silence between two people. Now, the ice is the silence. So, breaking the ice can often be the most difficult part of the whole experience. And what you need are some techniques to get you started. Because as you know, once you get started, it's much easier. So, let's look at leading with a question. The easiest way to kick off a conversation is by leading with a question. So what do I mean by this? Well, once the initial introductions have been made, then you can jump in with an easy to answer question. Let me model it for you. So, speaker A. Hi, my name is John. Nice to meet you. Speaker B. Hi, John. I'm Brian. It's a pleasure. Speaker A. So, did you find our office okay? Speaker B. Yes, the directions your secretary sent were very clear. So, let's look at some more example sentences that you could lead with. Remember, the secret is to keep them fairly simple and easy to answer. So, number one. So, is this your first time in Barcelona? Number two. Have you got a chance to visit the city? Number three. Crazy weather today. Isn't it normally this hot in June? All right, let's look at some more. Looks like we will have a busy session today. There sure are a lot of people here today. So, where are you from? Now, as you can see, some of these questions are just statements. However, we deliver them in such a way as to make it easy for the person to answer. So let me demonstrate. All right, number one, speaker A. This venue is really something. Speaker B. Yes, it's very impressive. Is it your first time here too? Speaker A. It is, and I'm really impressed. Speaker B. Me too. I can't wait for the conference to start. Okay, so let's break it down. The leading question is, in grammatical terms, a statement. However, you are making an obvious statement that someone can easily respond to. So speaker B can easily respond in the affirmative and then add something to keep the conversation moving forward. Okay, so now if you want to make a statement even more powerful, then you can attach a tag to it. And question tags are a great way to open conversations as they make it super easy for people to respond. Let me demonstrate. So let's take a look at some tag questions or a tag question. Okay, they're called question tags or tag questions. So tag questions. So to form tag questions, we need to first start by making a statement, okay? So it's not actually a question, it's a statement in the first clause. Now the statement can be both negative or affirmative or negative. I like chocolate, I don't like chocolate. We then add a mini question at the end, and this is where the question tag comes in. Remember, a tag is like a ticket, an etiqueta. So, however, what's important is if we use an affirmative statement, then the tag that follows must be negative. And if we use a negative statement, then the tag must be positive, okay? So positive statement, negative statement, positive tag. It's opposite. All right, let me demonstrate with an example. Right, number one, this venue is really something, isn't it? Okay, so I've used an affirmative statement followed by a negative tag. And the next one, I'm not from here, are you? A negative statement followed by a positive tag. So the next rule of tag questions is that the tag must also mirror the subject. Okay, so the verb as well and the tense. So what do I mean by that? Well, again, it's better if I demonstrate with an example. Let's look. Looks like we will have a busy session today, won't we? So looks like we will have a busy session today, won't we? So an affirmative statement followed by a negative tag. But here you can see I've created the tag using a negative form of the auxiliary verb will, okay, and the same subject we. So it looks like we will have a busy session today, won't we? Okay, and we always use intonation, won't we? All right, so one of the most common mistakes I see is that people use isn't it for every tense and verb. So they'll say, looks like we'll have a busy session today, isn't it? And that's just wrong. Okay. Let's look at some more examples. So in the simple present, you drink coffee, don't you? So you can see that I've used you drink, the verb drink in affirmative, and the negative tag is don't you. Okay, because we need to negate with the auxiliary do. The present perfect. You have visited our company before, haven't you? So here the auxiliary verb is have. So, because it's haber, no? You have visited, has visitado. So, here when we negate with the question tag, we use the auxiliary verb in negative, haven't you? Can is a modal verb. So, John can bring his family to the Christmas party, can't he? So, with can, we negate it with not. So, can't he? And simple past, you didn't get a chance to finish that report, did you? So I've used a negative statement, you didn't get a chance. But the affirmative tag is it did you? Okay, because to get a chance, did you? All right, so that's how it works, basically, the tags with different tenses. All right, let's look at the next one. So as you can see, we are using do or does in the simple present because depending on the subject, and we use the auxiliary verb have or has with the present perfect. And regarding can, which is a modal verb, we just make it negative, and with the simple past we use did. Okay? All right. I hope that's clear. Okay, let's look at some examples of easy conversation starters with tag questions. All right, number one. It's really snowing out there, isn't it? Okay, remember the weather's an easy topic. It's been a great start to the event, hasn't it? So, you work with Mark, don't you? I think we've spoken on the phone, haven't we? Amazing show, isn't it? Okay, well that's my final thoughts for you people then. Basically, the secret to having easy conversation starters is to engage people with simple questions or simple statements that lead to them responding easily. Okay, you just need to put something out there, tell people, relate the statement or the question to something that's happening at the event. Be positive, and once you've broken the ice and you've started the conversation, it's much easier for that conversation to start establishing itself and to move forward. Okay, so just so everyone knows, I'm now working on a micro or mini course called How to Engage People in English, or How to Engage People in Conversation in English. I'm starting a micro course series, and the purpose behind that is to give you short courses that you can finish quickly and put into practice straight away. So stay tuned for that. I'll be putting out some more information in the coming weeks. But in the meantime, guys, I hope you have found this lesson interesting, of course, as always. If you do have any questions, as I always say, please get in touch. And share it with your friends. And post me a 5-star review on iTunes. That would be great. And have a great week socializing with people in English. Take care. Bye for now.